Y'all, one day we're gonna be famous.
Yeah.
And I will marry Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
And one day, the whole school will enjoy MITV.
Dude.
Welcome to the first driblet of MITV, where emotion doesn't exist and the jokes aren't funny. We now go to Gemma Galetsky, our weather correspondent. Gemma?
It's cold in Uppisfeld, and you know what that means. Sweaters, hot chocolate, warming up by a hot fire, carving inverted pentagrams into my flesh. Hey wow, do you remember me? That's right, it's your least informative weather person, Gemma Galetsky. Not many people these days know where cloudy weather comes from. Well, let me tell you. Clouds were brought to North America much like spiders and bananas were back when Canada was being colonized by a lot of angry white people. These days, with global warming and stuff, our little baby clouds can't make it on their own. So most of them are bred in captivity and shipped out across the country. Anyway, it looks like the weather's going to be a bit of a crazy party this weekend. Expect a mix of sun and cloud. And that's pretty much it for the weather report this week. Back to you, Thomas.
Thanks, Gemma. Here at MITV, we'd like to give a shout out to the anonymous artist who drew this wonderful piece of fan art here. Needless to say, the rest of the crew is extremely jealous. Thank you. We now go to Milo Bowman doing a wedge on digital photography.
Hello there, and welcome back to How to Be Hipster.
You mean your art segment?
Same thing. Today on the show, we are going to be examining the art of photography and our school's great talent. Art can be found in many forms, and photography enables us to capture that moment in time. The gift of photography is a special one, but everyone can open it up themselves. For example, this banana peel right here, just sitting here, and it says so much about what society is these days and how you can be peeled and like ripped apart and just left to be seen by everyone. And Instagram. The key is to do what's not being done, to see what's not being seen, to love what needs to be loved. Photography helps us do that. Now let's go find Miss Chase to elaborate. Everyone loves seeing their photos in the school slideshows and around the school. Will we be seeing more student photography around the school in the next coming weeks?
Most definitely. We have some brand new frames that are going to be put up to display student photography, and they're going to be down at the board office, so you never know where you might find your mugshot.
Exciting. So is photography a big part of your lives?
Yes, because a picture is worth 1,000,000 words, or 1,000.
I guess so.
If your house was on fire, what would be the first thing you grab?
My cell phone.
Do you take a lot of photos? Yes. Do you enjoy taking photos? Great. So, do you enjoy the photography around the school?
I don't really see much photography.
That's perfect because there's going to be photography coming to the school on the walls. So I'm not quite sure exactly just how the technology works to take what is and put it into a photo, but I like it, and our school likes it, and we'll be seeing a lot of it around here in the next few days, and that is a great thing, and I am happy. Hope you are too. Have a great day. Back to you, Thomas.
The second installment of Teen Slang of the Week today is Austronadian. which is a person who is generally clueless and can't pronunciate their A's. We now go to Madison Mayhew doing her segment on student government.
There is not a lot of political unrest in these halls. Everyone is just coexisting peaceably. We don't have a student government this year. We're letting the faculty win. They have complete power over us. What are we going to do? The system we have here could be considered a Confederate oligarchy, where there's a small group of people in charge, and they're all there because they're big nerds and they want to do rules on us. So why isn't there a student government? Let's find out from First Officer Fussell. Did you ever think of, distributing any of the power around here? Why don't we have a student government anymore?
You did have a student government. The student government that the students selected decided to do nothing. Thus, no effective government.
Okay, so I have just found out that the reason we don't have a student government anymore is because they didn't do anything. So I guess we've handed the power back to the Confederate oligarchy that is our administration. Thanks. Back to you, Thomas.
Thanks, Madison. The school board has asked me to do a public service announcement for children in math class. Remember, kids, buying 17 watermelons and eating 13 isn't normal. But in math it is. Math. Not even once. We now go to Brandon Toon, our community correspondent, doing his number on the grad fashion show choices.
Brandon here. Grad fashion show is coming up, and it's a chance to see grade 12s wear more ridiculous outfits than they already wear. There are 3 choices you can choose from, and today is the last day to vote. So if you don't vote, you can't complain about how bad it is. We have with us here one of our very own grade 12s. So, of the 3 choices for the grad fashion show, which one do you think is going to win in the voting?
I think the bright lights in big cities is going to win.
Okay.
It seems like lots of people responded to that one.
And do you think it's going to be a really fun fashion show?
I think so, because I know that we have very good, props when we do our fashion show, and I think that the lights are going to be incorporated really well in the show.
Awesome. Thank you. The 3 themes for the fashion show are Once Upon a Grad Class, Big Cities, and Through the Decades. First of all, big cities. Everyone wants to see a fashion show filled with heavy traffic, absolutely nowhere to park, and crime-back alleyways. The next is Through the Decades. Only one thing needs to be said about this. Fishnet shirts belong in the 80s. Finally, there's storybook theme. But, why am I even telling you this? No one cares about my opinion. I can say anything I want about these. I'm just a community correspondent at MITV. Jesus,
Brandon, calm down.
No, I'm not gonna calm down. I'm just community.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, that concludes this driblet of MITV. And remember, kids, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Stay frosty, Marcus, fella.